When survival becomes the baseline, joy feels radical. Not performative joy, not curated happiness, just the quiet joy of being, of waking up and deciding to stay. When you grow up queer, no, when you live queer, self-care isn't a luxury. It is more or less a refusal, a protest, a slow and intentional reclamation, a daily insistence that your life, your existence is worth tending to. Self-care is your refusal to disappear. It's your refusal to self-abandon. It's your refusal to let systems decide what your thriving should look like. It's you refusing to shrink. It's you refusing to hustle to be worthy. It's you refusing to apologize for being soft or for your anger and your rage. In this episode, we are reclaiming what has always been ours. Our right to feel okay. Our right to feel not perfect. Our right to feel not polished. Our right to feel not profitable. Our right to be just okay. Okay enough to breathe. Okay enough to rest. Okay enough to stop performing survival and start living something softer. Okay enough to say, today, even if it's just today, I will not betray myself. You have probably heard self-care used in 1,000 different ways. Bath bombs, candles, skincare, detox tea, aesthetic routines, productivity hacks wrapped in pastel fonts and Pinterest boards. But for many of us, querying self-care doesn't live in aesthetics. It lives in decision making, in boundary setting, in self-trust, in rupture and repair, in saying I matter. Even now, I matter. Self-care lives in moments when you say no, in moments when you choose not to explain who you are or your identity. It lives in moments when you know when you are done, even if the world says you haven't done enough. It lives in moments when you disappoint others just so that you can at least show up for yourself, even if it is just that one time. But sometimes self-care is also staying in bed. Self-care is choosing not to text anyone. Self-care is also getting out, taking a shower, eating something solid. It can also be you picking up that very heavy phone and opening up to that one person with a simple message that says, I'm not okay. I'm not fine. Or that says, I'm not happy. I miss you. Sometimes self-care is also you calling and just saying, can you stay on the phone while I breathe? Self-care is lighting that candle, not because of the aura or the vibe it gives you, but for the memory, for the grief, and for the peace. For queer people, especially those who exist at multiple intersections, Black, trans, disabled, undocumented, self-care isn't always soft. It's often hard, messy, uncomfortable. It's your ability to say no when being silent felt safer. It's your ability to advocate for your needs when you were taught to be grateful for the crumbs. It's telling the truth about your capacity, even when it costs you connection. It is grieving out loud, laughing out of place, loving people loudly when you have been taught that your kind of love, your version of love, your idea of love is dangerous. But what does it mean to queer self-care? To queer something means to question it, to stretch it, to hold it up to the light and ask, who was this built for and who does it live out? So when we queer self-care, it means we are stripping it of capitalism. We are stripping it of cis hetero ideals of beauty and value. It means we are stripping it of the myth that only the healed deserve rest. It means we are stripping it of the idea that care must always be calm or beautiful or convenient. When we queer self-care, it means asking, what does care look like for me today? Not what looked good last week, not what's trending on social media, but what does my body, what does my mind, and what does my spirit need right now? It could be drinking water. It could be journaling, rage journaling. It could be putting your phone on airplane mode for as long as you want. It could be dressing like yourself, like the you see in the mirror, even when it terrifies you. It could be choosing not to explain your gender in a space that never ends your truth. Or it could be dancing badly in your room. It could be crying into your shirt, watching old cartoons repeatedly over and over again. Or it could be touching your skin and rubbing your shoulder and telling yourself all the beautiful things and nice things you want to hear. You love. You deserve to be here. You're worthy. You're calm. You're kind. You're healing. I used to believe queering self-care is also communal. The queer community survive in constellation. So when you queer self-care, we're talking about belonging. We are talking about friends who drop soap at your door and doesn't need to come inside. We are talking about choosing family who listen to your silence and still show up. We are talking about group chat that holds you when your world fall apart at 1:35 a.m. We are talking about that special person who texts you, "Did you eat today?" instead of "How are you?" When you queer self-care, it's a protest. It's also poetry. It's also a playlist that reminds you who you are. It's archiving queer joy. It's trans people giggling in a cafe. It's lesbians slow dancing on the porch. It's queer kids skating down the street with cheap nail polish and crooked smiles. It is resting without guilt, dancing without reason. It is telling your friends they matter even when you can't fix anything. It is helping someone survive the week with memes or tea or just showing up. Do you also know that querying self care is political? Yeah. This is because in a world that policies our identities, a world that numbs our grief, a world that commodifies our bodies, choosing to take care of yourself is choosing to resist. Because what they don't know is, or what they do know is, a rested queer person, a calm and collected queer person, is dangerous to a system that thrives on our exhaustion. So if today all you did was survive, that counts. If you allowed yourself to fall apart without rushing to clean it up, that also counts. If you let yourself feel nothing and you didn't force a breakthrough, that counts too. If you cancelled all plans, or if you showed up anyway, or if you changed your mind halfway through, that definitely counts. If you cried, if you didn't, if you rested, if you ran, if you stopped apologizing for not responding to text, if you held your own hand, it all counts. There is no guidebook. There is no checklist, no gold star. But here is a compass, and it starts with you, your needs, your rhythms, your truth, the parts of you that never learned self care as a language, but you're willing to learn it now. This is my invitation for you to return to yourself. Take up space in your own life. Remember that you matter, not because you're productive or that you are inspiring, but because you exist, because you are a full and whole person. Most importantly, because you are worthy of care, even when you don't feel like it. That is enough. You are enough. And tomorrow, if you forget, I will remind you again. Next time on When We Unite, we will talk about boundaries. The ones we break, the ones we hold, and the ones we are still learning how to hold. The ones we mistook for love, the ones we now build as an act of love. This has been When We Unite, and I am Madame Kelsey Brooks. If there is one thing you must take from this episode is be soft with yourself, especially when the world around you isn't soft to you. Especially when you forget how to be soft to yourself. especially when you're still learning to be soft. Be soft to you.